Well, your plan to watch the big game this weekend may revolve around one question. Who has the biggest TV?
True story. And you know what? It's not uncommon for sports bars to have dozens of flat screen TVs in their establishments these days. But things, of course, were a lot different of a story the last time Cincinnati Bengals were in the Super Bowl. New this morning, I spoke to a professor about the changes we've seen in TV as Super Bowl watchers get ready to roar on screens at home.
No, I'll tell you what, I got a great tip. You focus in.
A lot has changed since the last time the big game featured the Bengals. The uniforms, the players, and the way we'll enjoy the home from the comfort of our living room. Back in 1988, CRT TVs, otherwise known as tube TVs, were in most families' living rooms. The technology almost seems primitive compared to today's standards.
It required this big vacuum tube where you would actually shoot electron beams to bombard the screen that would actually display the pixel.
And how about big screen TVs? Good luck affording one back then, or even finding one for that matter. In fact, listen to this. The last time the Bengals were in the Super Bowl, big screens were in such high demand, sports bars and restaurants in the Miami Valley were renting them so patrons could watch the game at their establishment.
We have a big screen TV, we're having a big party.
Now you have a technology like LCD displays, which are probably the first flat screens that you've ever bought, versus OLEDs, which are a lot higher contrast. And gives you even more realistic scene.
Engineering professor Keiko Hirakawa says when HD became the standard in the late 1990s and cameras got better to cover large-scale sporting events, the consumer-grade technology for viewing the action had to keep up, pushing the industry to become more competitive. Today's 4K technology giving viewers a picture-perfect view of all that action.
Some of the ways that TVs have evolved that makes these sort of experiences more dynamic, right, is first higher resolution, which makes you resolve smaller details when you see it. And then so some of the things that you might not seem like it's a big deal, when you start seeing these textures and and such, that really gives you that immersive experience.
Hirakawa says we're not too far off from 8K technology. He says it opens the door for some creative ways to entertain audiences and create new experiences.
These cameras will be, probably embedded at a high definition way in helmets and such, so that you can actually experience people perspectives in more realistic way as part of as if you're on the field.
Now, I already thought it was wild when he said that it's possible that cameras will be embedded into helmets, but then he went on to say he thinks it's very possible we'll dive deeper into augmented reality. Basically, so you and I could be sitting right where we are and having different experiences watching the same game, but maybe over here you see some birds flying off and I'm seeing some kids throwing cotton candy. It could be a whole completely different experience.
It's kind of hard to imagine where we'll be 30 years from now, just the changes that we've seen in the last few decades.
That's right.